Afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to Beyond. Well, I was going to say Beyond the Lane there. Hold the Line, episode 6. Been a long time, night. I haven't said that line, mate. Big up everyone in the chat. Big up everyone watching at home. Please smash the like button. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. I hope you're all doing well on this very, very nervous day for Tottenham. Massive day for Tottenham. Spurs could generally get relegated today. So much has gone wrong this season, guys, and it's been an absolute disgraceful season. A draw is all Spurs need, but honestly, do you trust this team? And this team does not play well under pressure. Time and time again, they fail to turn up when it matters most. But surely, with everything on the line today, the players have to show up, right? Or are we about to witness the unthinkable? How is everyone doing? How is everyone doing on the panel today? I'm going to welcome you all in a minute. You all good, guys? You all good?
Yeah, all good, man. All good.
Yeah, can't complain.
Good stuff. Big up to everyone in the chat. And look, before I welcome you guys in, just want to say a massive thank you to everyone on this panel who've been supporting me throughout the season on my channel. I really appreciate it. Also, thank you to anybody else who's jumped on the channel as well throughout the season. Really appreciate it. And a massive thank you as well to every single watcher, subscriber who supported the channel along the way. I really do appreciate all your support, and onwards and upwards, we will keep going. There's been debates, there's been drama, disagreements, frustrations, so many disappointments this season. But at the end of the day, we all love our football club, and we just say it how it is. So on that note, let's welcome in the guests. Let's start off with Guy to my right. Guy, mate, how's Transylvania? How you doing, buddy?
Transylvania's Transylvanian, bruv. I went to Bran Castle yesterday, went to another castle yesterday. I'm currently in the medieval town of Brazov. And we'll be watching it at a sports bar. There's two big sports bars. There's one place called Champions Bar, which is a Liverpool's bar, which I was like, no, we're not going to a Liverpool bar, mate. So I'll be watching the game at a neutral.
Nice. And how you feeling, mate? You nervous? How you actually feeling today?
Mate, still got no hope. I don't think we're going to get a result, but we'll get onto it.
We'll get into it, mate. Cheers, mate, for coming on. And Cookie, mate, you've just come off your stream. How are you? How you feeling, mate? Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, I'm all good, Dan. Thanks for inviting me on, mate. Yeah, I'm like the caption says there, squeaky bum time. It is. At the end of the day, that's what it is. It's the old clench the old cheeks and hope for the best. Yeah. What can you do? Look, it's a big day for everyone, all fans, all YouTubers, whatever you are, both. Listen, it's one of the biggest days. I will go back. People will say different. The Euro finals were bigger, but for me, this is the biggest game in Spurs history since we went down in '77. That's how big to me this game is. It's everything. Stay up, go down. The emotions of staying up, not necessarily celebration, but the emotion that will probably drain out of people if we manage to stay up, and the dejection, if you like, of being relegated if that happens too. So look, it's a massive day for everyone. We'll get into it, like you say, but big up to the chat and keep them clenched.
Yeah, and like I say, on the watch along, if you're hearing whistling, it's not in whistling, it's in farting. That's how tight it is.
Guys, cheers, Cookie, for coming on. And Nige, mate, how are you? You also done a stream this morning. How you feeling, mate?
I'm good, mate. Big up to the panel, big up to the chat. Listen, it is what it is. It's been a long season. It's been an awful season, but here we are, last game. And I'm like you guys, I'm probably not that confident, but you never know, right? We have turned up in games. So listen, we all have to turn up today. As fans, we have to get behind the team for 90 minutes, whatever happens afterwards. Absolutely, ENIC need to answer questions. But right now, for me, it's all about getting behind that team for 90 minutes and hope we do the job.
No, sorry, Nigel, mate. You've come onto the wrong stream.
Yeah.
I know it's
Nigel, I'm sorry, mate. I'm sorry, mate.
We need
I
someone
know how
to
you're
stop
feeling,
that. We
mate,
need
and
someone
you're
to
gonna
stop
let you're gonna let it rip, mate. After what I'm gonna come and say in a minute, you are going to let rip. Honestly, you can't get away from it today. No chance. But mate, thank you so much for coming on. And Matt, how are you, man? And how are you feeling today? I know you're off to a barbecue soon, mate.
Yeah, listen, I couldn't not attend. You know, I could not be on this show. The earache I've got is worth it. You know, I said to the other half, I said to the other half, watching Spurs this season it's worth the earache I'm going to get from you by being late to the barbecue. So, just big thank you for the invite. I think Cookie won't mind me saying, I think we might be the only two that were around the last time we were relegated.
Yeah.
I was around.
think, okay, all right, okay.
I can't remember it, but I was around.
Yeah. So, look, I genuinely never thought in my lifetime we would be kind of in this position. I genuinely, forget winning trophies and winning league titles. I just genuinely never thought in my lifetime I would see Spurs in this position. So, I'm still optimistic, but I know Dan's going to do everything he can to kind of give me the examples of why I shouldn't be so optimistic about today. So, yeah, nervous. This reminds me a little bit, Dan. If you remember the 1991 FA Cup final where we were in financial dire straits, and had we have not won that FA Cup final, we could have gone under. So I'm kind of clinching onto that statistic that absolutely when we have to save administration, somebody pulls it out the bag. So I don't care if it comes off someone's backside, if it's a VAR in our favour, whatever it takes, but we need to stay up.
Fair enough, Matt, and thank you so much for coming on. Big up to everyone for coming on, and let's go to the chat and welcome people into the show. Let's see who's with us today. Let's go and have a look into the chat now and just go and bring them up. The Sporting Journey, mate, how you doing? Good afternoon, Dan, Cookie. Hope you're both well. Cheers for being here. He also says, please subscribe, like the show. Thank you so much. And afternoon to Liam. I've got to get used to saying afternoon because I only normally do evening shows. But how you doing, Liam? Having a sneaky watch at work. Oh, mate, you're working all day, mate. Blimey. I don't know if you're going to be able to catch the game. I don't know what time you're finishing. Nige saying big up to the chat. This is it. Big up to Evan Man. Big up all again. How you doing, Evan Man? Afternoon to you. Got CEM in the chat as well. Afternoon all. How you doing, CEM? We also got Golden Sun in the chat as well. Come on, you Spurs. Afternoon to you. We've got Lee also in the chat as well, saying hello to everyone. A few hellos in the chat as well. Golden Sun saying 90 minutes from Stevenage. Fair enough, man. Fair enough. We also got in a hype and might be going to the game in a combine harvest next season. Oh, guys. Well, at least you got your sense of humour in this real nerve-wracking day. Honestly, I think that's how I survive anyway. You've got to. Also, we got Az in the chat as well. We always used to say without Kane and Son, we would be in a relegation battle. Big up, Az. How you doing, man? How are you? I bet you're going to the game today. How are you feeling? And CEM says, I was 10 when we went down. This team has not given me one reason to have any positivity. Look, it's dire straits. Look, big up to everyone. He's gone now. It's combine harvester.
That I turn up for. Absolutely.
Oh my days. Big up to everyone in the chat. What are we doing? Honestly, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? Yeah. Lots to talk about today, guys. Honestly, there's so much to get into. Look, what I was going to say is, look, we've really got a real busy day online. I'm going to talk about it in a sec. But look, today, I've got a lot to say about the state of the football club. I'm sure you all do on the panel and in the chat as well. Things just need to be said, and I'm just going to have to say them. Honestly, I did a video in a week, and I'm going to keep going. And I know people on the panel and whoever, whatever you do online, you speak your mind as well. It's so important. And we'll be talking about touching on that Chelsea performance. Nothing too much, but I just want a couple of questions on it. Also be talking about what's happened this week leading up to this game, and of course, obviously building up to that massive game at 4:00 against Everton. So people in the chat, get involved with your comments. I'll try to get through as many as I can. I know you've got guys in the chat probably have already watched Two Mark's show, Cookie and the Sheriff, and also Nice this morning. And after this, I don't know what time you going, Cookie. What, R3? R3, yeah, watch along. So I'll be joining Nige as well. So we'll be doing the watch along this afternoon, which is going to be good. And then straight after the show, I'm going live again at 6:30. Well, it's not straight after, but not long after. And I'm going to do a call-in show, the aftermath. So hopefully, guys watching, come down and get involved in that. Hopefully, some people will jump on. And yeah, it's going to be crazy. So whatever happens today, there's so much to talk about. And yeah, smash the like, guys, and subscribe if you're new. Let's have a cracking show. So look, where I'm going to start tonight, guys, I'm just going to go in straight away. I'm not messing about. It's kind of reality. You know, Spurs fans, you know, argue every season, you know, about the manager, the injuries, the players, the tactics, VAR, or who should start up front, who should start in midfield, etc. But the same problems keep coming back year after year. Different faces, same story. And said the actions of the club are the antithesis of their motto, dare is to do. It's plastered all over Spurs club, all the facilities, training ground, stadium. But when it comes down to wages, transfer targets and real identity, it's all a facade. Spurs mask themselves as a huge club, but aren't willing to do the necessary things to establish that. Everything on the surface suggested that they're soaring, but the foundations are just not there. The wage bill isn't high enough. The team morale isn't hungry enough. The training department, it doesn't look like it's organised enough. People say Spurs have been unlucky with injuries the past couple of seasons, but there's definitely a deeper issue there. The club has tried to take every shortcut to get to the top and have spent all the money, spent a big amount of money in the wrong places. Even though we won the Europa League last season, to be honest, guys, that was an anomaly. And for me, the real issue has always been higher up. Poor decisions under ENIC didn't start after Poch left or when the stadium was built. That's become the easy excuse. But bad signings, wrong managerial appointments, sacking managers at the wrong time, lack of direction, that's been happening throughout the ENIC era. People talk about, you know, Spursy, you know, this has been going on for years at the club. I can remember going back to watching Glenn Hoddle when we were 3-0 up at half time against Manchester United and they come back. You know, it's only Spurs. That tag has been around in this club, and especially under the ENIC era, for a very long time. This soft mentality tag, guys, the bottling accusations, the weak mentality comments, they've followed the club for years. And the only kind of time I felt as a Spurs, as a Spurs fan, that we looked mentally strong, I would say under Poch, parts of when Redknapp was in charge and Joel, and the short spells we had with Mourinho and Conte. Outside of that, the same weaknesses have kept showing up in different managers and different squads. And this is where I push back on fans who say protests don't work. You know, maybe one protest alone doesn't, or a few, but silence definitely doesn't. Carrying on as normal definitely doesn't. If people keep filling that stadium, spending money in the club shop, buying food, drinks inside the ground, then the ownership has no reason to think supporters are serious. I'm not telling people they can't go to games. Football means too much to people for that. But there's always still things fans can do to show their anger. And it's just not good enough. There could be small protests before games, walk out during matches, not spending money inside the stadium or the club shop, making the atmosphere uncomfortable for the ownership, because the only thing businesses really listen to is pressure and money. So my first question to the panel and people watching is, how much longer do Spurs fans accept the cycle before taking real action? And then are we all generally ready to make those sacrifices for change? I just don't believe the majority of the fan base are ready. Or will the anger just disappear? Say we do survive, we do stay up, it comes to the summer, you know, we make a couple of signings, we'll have a couple of good results in the next season, and will everything be forgotten? So, guys, I don't know whoever wants to take that one first. Fire away.
Yeah, I can. Here's the action I'm taking. I was a season ticket holder till last season. Stopped my season ticket this season, and next season I'm not going to be a Hotspur One member. I'm no longer going to be a match going fan because I just don't think it's worth the price of admission. The idea of buying food in the stadium, buying shirts, I've gone over it many times. For me personally, this is it. It's done now. To me, I've had enough. I've absolutely had enough. If there's protests, I'll go to them. But if I want to watch a match, I'm going to the Coach and Horses. If I want to go and see Tottenham play, you know what I mean. I'm not going to games next season. I'm just not going to games. There's no point. Because to me, I have to 22 losses last season. Europa League trophy, yeah, whatever. Looking at this, I've been to 12 or 13. Yeah, so Chelsea was the 13th game. Didn't buy a ticket, got a free ticket. And no, I'm not going to games. I'm not even going to buy the food. I'm not gonna buy the beer. I'm not even going. There's no point for me. It's done to me. It's done. I'm done.
Fair enough. You're making your stand, mate. Making your stand. Who else wants to come in next?
Oh, I don't mind. I'll go next. Yeah. I mean, everyone knows what my stance is as far as ENIC are concerned. There's only one message, and that's ENIC out. For everyone out there who watches this stream now or on playback, to the YouTubers that are out there that are not on board with ENIC out and they're happy with what they're seeing and paying for. Get it sorted, people. We all need to be one together. ENIC out is the only message from now on to these owners. Sorry about that, Dan.
No, that's it.
What was the rest of the question? I needed to get it off my chest. Goes on.
But basically, it's like, how much longer do Spurs fans accept this same cycle before taking real action? And are people ready to make those sacrifices? Or is it just going to be like rinse and repeat cycle? You know, this season's forgotten about. We make some signings. Everyone's kind of looking forward to De Zerbi taking charge next season. Fresh hope. We can get top four. We've seen the delusion online. We've seen the delusion online. We're not in Europe, so we can get in top four. This squad is not good enough. It's not good enough. It's proven it in the last couple of seasons. And I just think, you know, my worry is, and unfortunately is probably the truth, that nothing much will happen. And this season, if we do stay up, it will just be, oh, well, you know, we go again next year. Nigel, don't know if you want to come in here. Sorry, Guy, go for it, mate.
Now they'll say, oh, it's just an anomaly. It's just an anomaly again. They'll just wave it away. A lot of fans will just wave it away. It's an anomaly. All we need is more signings. It's just an anomaly. The club's fine. What are you complaining about? We're second in the league. What are you complaining about? We heard it this season. We heard it the season before.
Yeah.
No, bang on. I think Golden Sun says it perfectly. He says, I'm a Spurs fan, not an ENIC customer. And I agree 100%. Listen, for me, we all know what's going to happen today, right? We all know what should happen after the game. Win or lose, every man, woman, child in that stadium should be chanting ENIC out. That should be the message. But if we win, there's going to be celebrations. Everyone will be in the bar. If we lose, people be dejected. They'll still be in the bar. ENIC are lapping it up. You know, this bus parade today, which is an absolute disgrace, by the way. There's no way, in my opinion, that De Zerbi called this. This is a club thing. The club called this. De Zerbi will agree with it because he's hired by the club, right? It's a club thing. They got record sales last time they did it. They're going to do it again today, probably twice over. It's an absolute disgrace. And ENIC they're mugging us off continually. And listen, maybe going down will be the only thing that will wake us up as a fan base to realise that ENIC are the real issue.
Yeah, fair enough, Nigel. Totally agree with you, mate. Matt, what's your say on the kind of, if any action will ever happen from the fan base to kind of stand up to ENIC? And it's just a big con, Matt. I think the whole thing's a con. It really is. They've put so much into the commercial side of the game, and what goes on the pitch has been neglected.
Yep. And it's been that way for a long time. And Kane and Son covered a multitude of sins because their productivity guaranteed Spurs 5th, 6th, 7th most seasons. So nobody paid attention enough to the deficiencies in the squad, the decisions in recruitment, the decisions in manager hires and manager firings. So Kane and Son just covered so many gaps in Tottenham Hotspur. And the chickens come home to roost because all of a sudden we had gold sprinkled in Kane and Son for the best part of 10 years. Any ownership model that had any real interest in winning trophies would have backed that front line. They would have backed that squad, but they allowed that squad to get old. They allowed people like Vertonghen and Toby and Danny Rose to leave the football club, and we brought in players completely of a lower standard. And season after season after season, there's been a steady decline in performances, results, and league finishes. So personally, I'm not surprised. I didn't see us being relegated, to be honest with you, but I thought we were definitely bottom half team. So I came to the protest, Dan. Me and my missus, we met you and Nigel, I believe, at the protest, the Southampton game. So I didn't go in the stadium. I had a free ticket, didn't go in the stadium, and I won't go in the stadium while this ownership is running the show. So we never miss out on Tyson Fury fights. Do you notice? We miss out on Fernandez, we miss out on Eze, we miss out on Gibbs White, but we always get the Usyk fight or Red Hot Chili Peppers or Guns N' Roses. We never get Chesney Hawks at the stadium performing, do we? We always get the top A-listers performing at the stadium. Why is that? Because their focus is not on football. Never has been and never will be. So for me, whatever protests people want to arrange, I feel a little bit sorry for the change for Tottenham. Whether you agree or disagree with how it started and finished, I feel a little bit sorry because any group, any people that want to shine a light at these cowards of owners, I support. I don't necessarily agree with how things happened and finished, but if we can collectively all come together, regardless of what our beliefs on how and when, to get this ownership out, that's what we need to focus on. And I think sometimes as a fan base, we get involved in my opinion, too many internal squabbles, and we take our eye off the ball. The eye should be on removing this ownership. That should all be of importance. And I think we've kind of get into these squabbles and it detracts from what our main target is. So if I could put a plea, everybody put your differences to one side. Let's get Operation ENIC out.
100%. And I agree with everyone. What everyone said. There's got to be more people getting involved in, questioning things, challenging the board, getting involved in, making it difficult for these owners. Let's go to the chat. I want to bring up some comments, actually, what people have brought up. I think it's important as well. Get the chat involved as well. So Golden Sun says, this is what Nye said earlier. Says, I'm a Spurs fan, not an ENIC customer, 100%. That's a good comment there. Also, a big up to Tottenham Trev as well, and big up to everyone who's joined since we started the show as well. Afternoon to you all. What Nige says is, them fools will be at that bar. And Brian's here. Let's bring him in as well. Let's bring you in a minute, Brian. What Nige says, them fools will be at that bar, win or lose, big problem. Yep, that's it. And afternoon to Mike Zappa. How you doing, Mike? I'm sorry, but any idiot who celebrates staying up are as big as a problem.
This Spot on,
Yeah,
Zach.
100%.
Spot on,
Yeah,
mate.
I don't understand how anyone can celebrate. If we do go up and people are celebrating, and just like, what? Is that how
Look, I
far
get
we've
it. People
come
being
now?
relieved, yeah, fine. But come on, yeah, they should be singing Enoch out, shouting and screaming at the end of the game for this not to be accepted again. Right at this time, let's bring in Brian. Brian, how you doing, man? How are you?
I'm okay, mate. I'm okay. First of all, before we get talking, I just want to say hello to the person right next to me who I haven't spoken to for a little while. So, Matt, it is always a pleasure, brother. It is always good to see you, my friend. We need to catch up. We desperately need to catch up. And everyone else in on the stream and everyone in the chat. It's Sunday, bloody Sunday today, isn't it? It really, it really
Sunday.
is. It really is. What can we do? What can we do? This whole thing will be over in a few hours. We'll just say, "Yep, that social experiment. It's over for a few months, and we can literally just put this horror show behind us, one way or the other."
How are you actually feeling today, Brian? I know you were streaming last night.
Yeah, I wasn't going to do a late night Lily White, but then I was, and I wasn't. I was tired all day, and then literally as it was getting to like 9-10 o'clock, I was like, typical, I'm getting a second wind because my body's realising what tomorrow is. So I did a couple of hours. I think I had 3 blocks of an hour and a bit sleep, so I'm running on empty. And I'm actually fine right now. I'm always kind of fine, but once the team news comes out, whether we had a full strength team, a peak Poch team, a peak Conte team, a peak Joel team, whatever, whenever that team news comes out, the next hour, which is now hour and 15, feels like 3 weeks. That's when it's going to kick in. So right now, I feel fine. I've literally just woken up, made a coffee. I'm only here for about 40 minutes, and then I've got to get ready to go to the yard. And then it will start kicking in.
We want more of you, Brian, than 40 minutes.
Yeah, but there'll be we're going live later as well, so there'll be plenty of people on. You can join if you've got a lot to say after the game. Either way, we stay up or we go down. Brian, I don't know if you missed the question, but it was like when's it going to take for people to actually realise this has gone on for far too long in your mind? And I know you'll say you'll bit in a sec, but I don't know how much worse things can get. We're about to possibly get relegated, and there's still not enough talk about this board.
Well, I've got to be very, as you know, Dan, I've got to be very careful what I say around about now because hopefully me and a couple of other lads are going to bring out a new group, whatever you want to call it, that are solely going to target the board and the ownership. No, we're stopping because people have asked us to. No, we're having a whatever day at the club and it's 2 for 1 beers. Don't care. We won't shut up. So I've got to be very careful what I say because I don't want to alienate people. And the worst thing I can do right now is start screaming and shouting and calling people out. But collectively, look, everyone on this panel and everyone in the chat will know how long I've been doing this. Will know how long others like myself have been doing it, whether it be YouTube, whether it be social media, whether it be at home games, away games, inside a stadium, outside a stadium, outside of training grounds. You name it, we've done it. I've been this since October the 27th, 2007, when a certain Martin Yole was sacked. And obviously Matt's been there for a very, very long time. And other people, there's different people that have said, right, that's it, I'm done. This is my eureka moment, whatever you want to call it. I'm now against the board or Levy when he was here. And there's been so many. I mean, even if we talk about just this season, 3 managers. I loved Frank. It was the biggest mistake I made. Own it. Straight. I always own my mistakes. But 3 managers. We've had Johan Lang excuses. We've had shambolic home form. We've had shambolic displays at a squad again that has been ripped to shreds and decimated through injuries. A medical team that somehow make things worse. And that's just going through this season.
Mhm.
That's just this season. I mean, there is so much material to say this board are incompetent just this season alone. Before, I'm not going to go through the whole spiel because we'll be here all day. I don't know what it's going to take. And the sad thing is, I don't even think relegation will have a major. You'd think relegation would be it, and then it would be like 99.9999% going for it, but it won't be. It simply won't be. I don't understand why. I don't understand how. But I understand the way football is supported has changed now. It's not like when we were growing up, when it was working class. It was your escapism. You were away with the lads, or with your wives, or the girls' night, day out, whatever you want to say. But it was all about the day, going to watch a game of football, being able to afford it, and watching a team play and give their everything. Whether they won, lost, or draw, it was about giving them everything. We haven't got any of it now, so we just got to hope and pray. Look, what's going on today full time, I just hope it's heavily supported. I really do. I hope no matter what the result is, thousands, and I mean thousands upon thousands, stay behind to help change for Spurs or help whatever is going on. And we shall see what happens at the end. Look, 90 minutes, we'll see. Either we win the game and a lot of fans will go, oh my God, thank God, what a relief. Oh, the joy, we've got our Premier League status, and go and spend some more money in the beers and listen to music and do the blooming can dance or whatever. Or they'll stay behind and let the board have it. If we lose or are losing, will the fans start walking out early and leaving the ground? Or hopefully they'll say, we'll have to see. We'll have to see. But when you ask me, Dan, what will it take? That's the question I've been asking for 18 years, and I still don't know the answer.
It's mental, Brian, because, you know, in this season, as worse it's been, you know, since what I can remember.
Mm-hmm.
The last two seasons have been dreadful, to be honest, league-wise. 17th last year, we're going to be 17th again if we survive. It's unbelievable. But let's move on a bit, because I've got a question around, you know, this is what I think. I want all your opinions on it as well. So, you know, I just don't understand. You know, I did a video in a week, and look, my channel's a small channel compared to, you know, the channels out on YouTube. And I did a video, unfortunately didn't get the views. And there is, you know, there's a lot of big accounts out there, YouTube channels. There's also people on other social media have got big accounts, and they speak about the problems every week. They say that they see the same issues. They call out the same ownership failures. But then what? You know, at some point, if you've got a big platform with like thousands of Spurs fans listening to you, there has to be more than just match reaction and kind of post-game rants. Influence really matters, and big creators can help organise, spread messages. They can promote protests, encourage action, and keep pressure on its ownership instead of just letting a fan base move on after one decent result. And it isn't about attacking people here or telling fans how to support the club. Everybody supports Spurs differently. But if people truly believe the ownership is the problem, then shouldn't the biggest voices in the fan base be leading the push for change instead of just talking about it? That's it. If they're happy, if they're not happy with how the club is run, obviously there may be people on, of course there is on YouTube, but not that bothered about the club, and they don't focus on that. So let me ask the panel this question, and everyone watching: do Spurs content creators and big fan accounts have a responsibility to help lead action against the ownership if they constantly speak about the problem? You know, I myself have boycotted going to Spurs for years since Pochettino's season. I've been to the protests. On my channel, I'm constantly talking and asking the fan base to take action. And I know everyone on the panel here and so many people in the chat also. And you know, to take action against this board. Or is it enough just to report and react to what's happening every week? I don't know who wants to go first on that one.
I don't think they've got. I don't. It's weird. A responsibility. I wouldn't call it that. You've got to realize, like, a lot of these channels, a lot of it is brand identity. They've got, you know, deals with Google Pixel, they've got brand deals left, right, and center, so they don't want to damage their brand. Do they have a responsibility? If I'm being honest, no, they don't have a responsibility. They don't. But here's the thing: it comes down to this. It comes down to what I consider two things: it's authenticity and realism. If they value brand deals and access to, you know, club backstage things and left, right, and center, right? If they value that over calling out what the real issue is, they're going to get found out, right? There are some content creators that just say, look, the protests are just not for me. I'm not going to name names. And some content creators just don't even touch the ENIC question at all because they don't want to damage their brand. Do they have a responsibility? No. But here's the thing, their audience will clock on sooner or later. You know, authenticity is the currency of our time here, you know?
Also got to remember that a lot of these content creators, the bigger ones, it's their job as well. They're not going to risk their job. Yeah, they earn money from it, and good money. So why would they risk saying things that may lose them money at the end of the day? What they actually think in their heart, what they actually really think, and what they're going to say publicly, maybe are two different things entirely. I don't know. I was going to ask Bri, because I saw you on Chris Cowling's last night.
Yeah.
How does Chris feel about this? Because it's someone I've never spoke to, but obviously he doesn't come out particularly and say it, but how does he feel?
So I've got a lot of time for Chris Cowling, actually. I've got a lot of time for him. Tell you a story, me and Chris, when I first started doing this and first came on, and Stelios and I were the two main ones that really just hammered it home all the goddamn time, especially on We Are Tottenham TV. That was our shtick. That still is my shtick, if we're being honest, and always will be. I used to always go nuts without having spoken to Chris at all. Never exchanged any kind of, never changed, never discussed anything. But I'd watched his show, and I was absolutely shocked that a channel of his size wasn't talking about it. It really blew my mind. I was like, how can you have this platform and not speak? Listen, what I will say, with any content creator, when you do this, if you decide to do this, if you are doing this, whether you're a big channel, whether you're a small channel, it's your channel to do what you want with it. It's your channel to do what you want with it. But what I will say is, if you're going to do something about Tottenham or whatever football team you support, in my eyes, it's you've got to talk about everything going on at the club, not just the match, the players, the manager, the this, the that, but nothing about the ownership. Obviously, my channel, Tottenham on Tour, and when I was part of Tottenham Away, Stell's channel, whatever, is heavily ENIC out-centric or Levy. There's no getting away from it. That is anything else, with me saying it would be anything else, would be an absolute lie. But getting back to Chris Cowling, so we'd never ever spoken before. And then when we did our only weeknight protest outside the ground after the 6-1 to Newcastle, that 2-2 draw against Manchester United, it's the only time we did one during the week. And that was because obviously everyone's got to finish work, get down there, travel, set the banners up, yada, yada, yada. I took a day off work to make sure I could do the banner set up. Everyone came. As we're standing where we are, one of my mates called me and said, Chris Cowling is doing literally an interview with Sky Sports just down the road from you, literally between where you are and the corner of the road. So I was like, I'm going to go talk to him. So I went down to talk to him. Didn't interrupt the interview or anything. And I spoke to Chris Cowling personally for the first time. Straight away he came up and said, hey, Brian, how you doing? Watched you a lot. Like what you're doing. Blah. And we had about a 20-minute chat. And I noticed something different in him, that he was speaking about it with me. I thought, maybe it's because I am speaking with him and it's and he was. But then what I do with Chris Cowling is also, you got to look at there's different ways that people deliver the message. When it comes to ENIC out, Levy out, board out, whatever, it's not very hard to crack my code. I'm not very. I don't mix my words. It's very, very clear what I'm trying to say and where I'm getting at. But if you actually, you know that TV show, The Voice, where the Heat, where you can hear the person singing, but you can't see what they look like and whatever. If you do that when Chris Cowlin is streaming, he does speak about the board. He does speak about his frustrations. He does speak, but he doesn't go as volatile as I can be, as erratic as I can be, as straight through. So Chris does go against the board. He's not fierce about it. He's not as passionate as I am about it. He wants things to change. He's not very forthright with what he's saying, but he does want change. And I've got a lot of time for Chris. A lot of time for Chris. Do I wish he would promote the protest more? Absolutely. Do I wish he'd attend a protest with the following he's got? Oh, of course I do. But again, it all comes down to how people want to go about it and how they want to use their channel.
Well, Brian, I'm sorry, and I get that you respect Chris.
Yep.
I had an awful experience with him.
I know you did.
You know, he
you
kicked me off. I wasn't rude to him. I was polite. I just asked a question, and him and his mate, they were mocking me. They were mocking me. Right. So I if he's doing it because it's his job and he doesn't want to upset the apple cart, I get it. Yeah, just bloody say it then. Just say I've got to protect my income. I've got to protect my income. I can't go down that route. Then fine. He didn't have to take the piss out of me and kick me off his screen and then have the bloody cheek to delete it, take my bit out and then put it back on because he knew he looked bad. I was only asking the questions and they didn't like it. They didn't like it. It was real talk, Brian. Yeah, I from that experience, I can't. It's it's really disappointing.
Yeah, that's the thing. And Joel, like Beyond 72 has just said, where he goes, if you want to protest, you shouldn't need a YouTuber to tell you to. That's the thing. And you got to remember, when we were doing the protest a few years ago, some people weren't coming to protest because a certain person would be there, whether it be me, whether it be Stel, whether it be this one, whether it be that one, whoever it may be. It's like, well, if you want change at Tottenham and you won't attend a protest that needs numbers because just don't go and speak to that person. Just don't stand alongside that person. There's other people you can talk to. There's other people you can walk along and protest with. But Beyond 72 is, and I hope everyone's good, and I love his input on the shows that he's on when he comes in. You're right. You shouldn't need a YouTuber to say, protesting. Shouldn't need to twist your arm or convince you. You should see what's happening with this football club and the state we're in, and want to do something about it.
It just annoys me, Brian, that people moan, complain, and take no action. It's as simple as that. How long are we going to let this go on for as a fan base? The club's not delivering. It hasn't delivered for 26 years of what we should be expecting. They're all focused on everything else other than the pitch, and I just don't understand. And look, everyone can support the club how they want. People don't have to take action, but don't bloody moan about it then. Honestly, it's just really sick to death of people moaning about it and not doing anything about it. And then if you don't do anything, tell me why. Do you care enough? What is it? If you've got an answer, I'll hear it. I'm sure some people in the chat may come back and say, I don't do it because of this, or it's not important to me, or, it's just a day out. Football's just a day out, family day out. And I get that. Totally get it. You're taking your kids. You don't want to get involved in protests, of course. But there's a lot of other fans who go to protests who don't go with their kids and they don't go with their family and they're not happy and they could do more. This is not good enough for our football club, what we've seen, especially the last couple of seasons. So anyone else want to come in at this point? Matt,
like I say, when it comes down to other content creators, I think Brian just pretty much proved it, that it's just about brand protection. It's just protecting their brand. They're not going to get the Sky Sports interviews. They're not going to get the Talk Sport interviews. They're not going to get the eyes on them because they are coming across as quote unquote problematic, right? Another thing, obviously, about the protests is one of the reasons why, no offense, some of the protests are failing is not everyone watches these shows. Not everyone is within I'd call it a bubble. Not everyone is within our Enoch out bubble, right? and a lot of fans don't even know protests go on, you know, and it's you're right. Getting the message out there is paramount. The more ears you prick, the better. So again, do they have a responsibility to do that? I mean, if they want change, then yeah, if they say they actually want change, then it's their responsibility to enact change. I have issues with some of the protest groups, but that's neither here nor there. But it's about approach, it's about consistent messaging, it's about a unified message. And like Daigle said, no offense, like if you don't like people at the protest, you don't have to go and speak to them, you just need to protest. It's not a social, it's not people going down the pub and brown nosing everyone and saying fake hellos. You know, I've been to a lot of them, and it's just showing that you're not taking this anymore. If you truly do want change, and you say you want change, authenticity is the currency of our time. If you're not authentic, you will be found out. It's as simple as that.
Look, I've just asked a simple question. If you're not happy with how the club is being run, yeah, then what can you do about it as a fan? What can you do? You know, I'm not saying don't go to games. Of course, that's massive. It's massive to people's lives going to matches. I get it, but there's other things that can be done. It's just not been good enough, is it? The past 26 years. What is it? 3 trophies? Is that it? Really?
I've got to say, though, I have got to say with that, the one thing I will listen. Enoch have got to go, but the one thing I will say is, I don't blame Enoch for only winning 2 trophies in no time. You know, we've got plenty of semi-finals and finals. You know, I blame the managers at the time. Blame Enoch for sacking Mourinho a week before cup final, but other games, you know, not so much.
Yeah, but Nigel, it's all about the squad, isn't it? And not having enough quality players, isn't it? With injuries, the long old season, not having the squad depth. You know, when we've got to these important moments, yes, of course, the manager and the players have to take responsibility. It's not all on Enoch. But why haven't we got over the line in so many of those semi-finals, FA Cup? You know, with the Spursy tag, it's a mentality problem at the club that we've had for so long. And I don't know what it's going to take to solve that. And a massive changes need to be made in the summer. We'll probably get onto it a bit later. Look, it's quite a controversial subject. I know it's a massive day to be talking about this sort of thing, but I'm furious. I'm furious with the club. I'm furious with the season. And I need to speak out, and this is my channel. I want to speak out about it. I'm sorry if it's offended anyone in the chat. You know, it's just I'm very passionate about Spurs doing better than this rubbish. Honestly, this is unacceptable for us supporters to go through a season like this. It's unacceptable. So many failures this season across the board. You know, the players not being good enough, the manager, you know, the director of football not signing anyone in January. You know all the story. I don't want to bore you all with what's happened this season. Does anyone else want to say anything more before we kind of move on from this? Anyone got any kind of, you know, any more points? Matt, did you say anything, Matt? I don't think you did. Did you want to say anything about the fan base? No. And YouTubers and social media and...
Look, I think the fan base, they all have their own opinion and they're all entitled to their own opinion. And I think the challenge is Tottenham is such a big part of people's lives that it's difficult to tell people how they should think or feel about it. Do you know what I mean? Some of them might be having like a social event and football's part of the day. So the actual, is it the be all and end all of the weekend? It is for me, and it is for most of the people on this panel. But I also know some people that go to the football for the jolly, you know? They're kind of a Spurs fan, but it's part of the weekend. So I'm trying to kind of put myself in other people's shoes to say it means everything to me. You know, I travelled, me and the missus took a whole day to protest. It means I've been following Spurs since the 70s. So it means everything for me. But not everybody supports Spurs the way I do. So I think it's a really, really fine balancing act to tell people how they should support Spurs. What I will say is it's inevitable. Even if we stay up this season, if we keep this ownership model, do you think our transfer policy is going to be any different next season? Nobody None of us here.
Well, we
Be
don't.
truthful.
We don't think so, do we? Based on the evidence we've seen the past 26 years, we don't. There's nothing to suggest it will.
Okay, so if we're all being clear-minded here, we all want Spurs to stay up this season, but I guarantee you the PR machine will go into full effect if we stay up. We'll have a fit Kudos. They'll roll out Kulusevski. They'll roll out Maddison. They'll say Solanke will be training all through the summer to get fit. They'll put it in a certain way to make some of the fan base think that was an anomaly. Wait till we get our big hitters back next season. We'll do our normal last day of the transfer window panic signing, and we'll be rolled out again next season. The fact that they allowed Harry Kane, the talisman player of our football club, to leave 3 days before the season started, not replace him, and move Son from left wing to centre forward, and how much of the fan base batted an eyelid. The fact that we got into Europe the season after and he brought in Solanke and 2 kids. Half of the fan base never batted an eyelid. So we've got too many examples of this club letting us down. So of course I'll celebrate if we stay up this by the end of today. But I think we're in for another slice of heartache next season. And I'm sorry to say it. Unless this ownership sell, I think we're in for another nervy bottom half season next year.
Look, fair enough. Good comments, Matt. And there are deep financial issues, at this club. They are in a mess. They are in a mess, I'm sure you all know. You know that they can't spend as what we think they got because they're rich owners and stuff. There's rules to abide by. They're in a bit of a situation here because they spent a lot of money on managers, on players, and the money is not there as we all think. They've messed up massively. Levy legacy as well, I think, is part of it. Spending money in the wrong areas, wasting money,
holding on to players for far too long. Holding on to players for far, their value depreciating. So by the time we have to sell that player, Eriksen we sold for 15, 16 million, and in market value he was 45, 50 million player. We sold him for 15 million. We hold on to players for far too long. Big clubs, you get 1, maybe 2 years. If you don't hit that mark, you're sold. You're gone. You're gone. At Tottenham, we keep them for 4, 5 seasons. Lo Celso. How much did we get for Lo Celso?
Ridiculous. I remember ridiculous, and it was in that bloody ridiculous offer with Johnny Cardozo, wasn't it?
That we never actually got.
Yeah. A guaranteed buy that we didn't buy.
Yeah. Another one.
I don't know. Beyond 72, you've known me long enough. Am I ENIC out? That's a tough question for anyone to answer. That's a tough question for everyone to answer.
Look, let's go to a chat. This good comment here from Sean. Bigger question is why do 95% of online supporters represent ENIC out, but only 2% of match-going fans feel willing to stand one side of the road other than for 5 minutes? And this is the question, isn't it? Why more people, who are vocal online? And there's massive on X, particularly on X. What I've been reading. I think there was an article that came out a few days ago. Sky Sports, Lyle Thomas, I think.
Yeah.
And if you read the article, and then you looked at the comments, and oh my God, propaganda, all sorts of stuff. No one believed anything that was said in that article. They thought he was being paid by the club to report that out there. Vinay saying he's trying to fix so many problems at the club. There's a lot going on. Look, I don't know, guys. Anyone spot that?
I can answer this question very, very easily. It's very, very easy on. First of all, as I've said many a time, we have a fan base that love to talk the talk but won't walk the walk. We have a massive problem with that as a fan base. The amount of times I've stood opposite that club shop protesting and people have walked past going, yeah, get them out, lads, get them out. Or like Rachel's with me and a few other girls with me. Go on, get them out, get them out. Like, well, why don't you stay here and protest with us? Oh, no, I've got to go. I was like, oh, okay, obviously. Or they took photos of the banners and said, we'll put it on our social, blah, blah, blah. always been the way. But you got to remember the biggest problem with it is X's around the world. So there's loads of fans from Canada, America, Australia, you name any country that can't get to the games. We've had a major problem under this tenure, even when I was trying to protest or whatever, the match day going home, the home match day going fans either don't care, will only do it if the numbers are bigger, because they don't want to be part of a small group that get held abuse at blah blah blah. But we have a massive problem with our home match day going fans. But the major problem with social media and doing it is the worldwide. If I could get planes to fly from Canada and America a couple of days ago to fly with every single Spurs fan on this side of the pond that would protest, there would be thousands. There would be. That's not just saying, oh, yeah, that's high. There would be. There are so many people around the world that want to protest, but for obvious reasons, financial, logistically, can't get there. And that's why social media is so much bigger than what goes on match day.
Yeah, good points, man. And look, people might not want, people might be happy with the ownership, or not annoyed enough. People might, that there's people out there who think, okay, they're doing all right up until Pochettino. Pochettino took us far, and then it's kind of really declined since Poch has left, hasn't it? So many sackings, bad recruitment, bad decisions. Yep. It's
just to say something, I was watching something on YouTube with I think there was 4 or 5 prominent YouTubers and content creators and well-known people in space. I won't name names, but there was 4 people around the table and they were discussing what has caused the decline. Every single one of them said, oh, it was when the stadium was built. Okay. Is there anything more than just the stadium you want to talk about? Is there anything more? And they wouldn't touch the subject. They would not touch the subject. It's just, well, I said this to you, didn't I? Before you went to that game, I said, go speak to other fans at the ground. And most people, they'll say, yeah, I hate Enoch. But if you start saying, oh, would you protest? They'll be like, it's just one of those things, unfortunately.
Yeah, look, let's move on from this, yeah? Unless anyone else has got anything else. Well, sorry, my camera's just crashed.
Whoa.
Hold on a second.
Technical difficulties in the analyst household, people.
Like, hopefully it's not Spurs to do this today. Hold on. I'll be back in a sec.
Well, at least you didn't show your browser history, mate. It's all good.
There you go.
Right, we've got to entertain the chat. It can't just be silent, boys. Come on, it's the last game of the season. Come on.
Right, we're going to move on, guys. We're going to move on to the Chelsea game the other day, right? I've got some questions for you guys about that game.
Dan, before you start this section, let me drop off because I'm going to need to go and start getting ready for the yard. But hopefully I'll be able to join you when I come back. And
cheers, Brian, for coming on, mate. Thanks for your time. Yeah, appreciate you.
Hopefully, hopefully, if I do come back on later on this evening, we will be having a conversation still as a Premier League team.
Yeah.
Because if we're not, then I think there may be fireworks from every single Spurs YouTuber. And it's going to be a long, long day for all of us. But everyone in the chat, have a wonderful day. And let's just hope we can get the job done. Everyone in the chat, on the stream, on the panel, have a great day. Matt, we have to speak, brother. We have to speak. I hope you and the missus are well, brother. And as always, Enoch out.
Cheers, Brian. Take care, man. Speak to you later. Look, let's talk about this Chelsea game the other day. Now, I don't want to spend too long on it because everyone's gone over it. But what did you make of that performance, guys? Were you surprised? Were you disappointed? Did you expect more? That Chelsea team, right? They weren't in a good moment. Bottom of the form table, had many players out, not been playing well. Yes, they've got some good players, of course. They have got some quality players. But man to man, they're not great. I just didn't think we showed enough effort. The attack was dreadful. When we got into good positions, we couldn't finish it. Yes, we rallied in the final 15, 20 minutes, which is far too late then. They should have been
You
playing
always
like
do
this
that,
from the
mate.
beginning of the game. I know people say we started quite well. We had a couple of chances, but as soon as Chelsea scored, we fell off. The confidence dropped. The heads went down. We lacked any idea. Anyone want to come in there about that Chelsea match?
I think that's the problem. You knocked it on the head straight away as soon as we went behind. The first 15 minutes, I
Yep.
thought we were decent. Without being brilliant, we were decent. We were in the game. We had most of the possession. But as soon as they scored, heads went. And that's my fear for the day. If we concede first, we're in trouble. Was what it was. It was a typical performance against Chelsea. We lack quality in those forward areas. We all know our front three are awful. So I don't know. We didn't really start playing till it's too late, till we're 2-0 down. And that is Spurs this season in a nutshell, right? We always tend to turn up when we're 2 behind and then it's too late. It is what it is. I didn't really expect any more. I thought we might get a point. I thought Chelsea were there for the taking. It certainly wasn't their best side. But again, it was all on that first goal. As soon as we went behind, that was it for me.
Yeah, I agree. I went to the game. I was in the home end. It was horrific. I left early. Nigel and Dan, you say it right. As soon as that look, first 15 minutes, we always look great, right? We always look great in the first 15 minutes. And the thing is, as soon as the goal went in, we completely collapsed. Tell rushing shots again, just rushing shots, just trying to score as quickly as possible, not cohesive. I liked it when Conor Gallagher barged Sideshow Bob, but we all love it when our players take it out on Sideshow Bob, don't we? I was expecting a fight. I was looking forward to a fight. It wasn't. It was more of a, all right then, we might as well go home. It was horrific. It was horrific being there, man. I was in the home end. It was horrific. They were chanting, it was happening again. It's happening again. Everywhere you go. They were terrible. Chelsea are absolutely terrible this season. They call it the Chelsea fans say, oh, it's always the December fall off. They've been falling off a cliff. I thought we'd get a point. We didn't. Boo-hoo. Same old Spurs. I got a flight out the country. Simple as, really.
Yeah, fair enough. Cheers, Guy. Matt, any thoughts on that Chelsea match, mate? And then we'll go Cookie.
Yeah, look, I thought we looked like a boxer with a glass chin. We looked like Amir Khan. We looked flashy early on, a couple of nice touches, of course, a couple of nice little pirouettes. But the moment a meaningful glove got put on us, we conceded. And then that PTSD comes back, and then we kind of just started to go back into this negative. How many times did one of the defenders play the ball into Paulinho or Bentancur, who just played it straight back? It's just this stale, dour football. People scared to say. It looked like at times we were hiding in the first half. Players didn't want to show for the ball, and Chelsea just got a tighter and tighter hold on the midfield, and it was just like a python. They just kind of got tighter. They constricted our play. We became predictable, and there was one winner. And I like De Zerbi. I do like De Zerbi, but I didn't understand how long he took to get the substitutions on. They seemed to be warming up for about 5 minutes. And you could see that we were wilted. You could see. And I was thinking, please make the change while it's 1-0. And I think Maddison might just inject a little bit of enthusiasm into the team. And then I don't know if the clipboard and we're trying to give formations or pattern of play, but guarantee that stalemate of making those substitutions, we conceded the second goal. And then, then you're chasing the game. But I just think it was inevitable. It was inevitable we're going to lose the game. Yes, we huffed and puffed in the last 15 minutes, but it was all after the Lord May show, let's be honest. So was I surprised that we got beat by Chelsea at Chelsea? No. And I'm going to say something now. As much as I don't rate, he cannot start Mawani today. He cannot start him.
Oh my God, he's
He
terrible.
cannot start today's game. So
But he tried,
even if
didn't he,
Solanke
Matt? He
can
tried to
only
take
give
him out for lunch, dinner, breakfast.
even if Solanke can give us, yeah, he cannot. He's shot to pieces. He is shot to pieces, Moani, mentally. He doesn't look like he knows if he's left-footed or right-footed. I would just take him completely out of the 11. I'd move Tal to the right. I'd put Richie on the left, and I'd start Solanke and say, "Give me an hour. Just give me an hour." We're playing with 10 men with Moani.
Yeah, he has been disgraceful. Cookie, I want to take you to this comment as you come back. You all right, mate? You're on mute, mate.
I'm on mute. Rookie mistake there. Sorry about that. I'm a rookie, though. Yeah, go on, mate.
Yeah, you all right? Yeah?
Yeah, all good. Pick the missus up. Sorry about that. Yeah, she's got way too hot up the allotment, so I've just been and picked her up and brought her back. Didn't expect her to be back so early, but yeah, thank you very much. All is good. Thank you.
Do you want to have a go at this question? Good question, or well, not question, but kind of statement there. Rudolph, afternoon to you. Be careful what you wish for. How do you know that the next owner will be any better? In recent years, ENIC has spent a lot badly. The key is always the manager, DOF and CEO. Look at Villa, Emery. And just quickly before you come in, Cookie, it all goes back to ENIC. They make the decisions to hire these people. They're the ones who hired them. And they failed. I don't know what you want to say, Cookie, on that.
Well, that is basically it, isn't it? At the end of the day, look, they're at the top of the chain. So I know we sit here more than anything analysing the football on the pitch, and I've said many a time, the money, all that sort of stuff. You know, we do spend money. We spend it badly. Generally, we spend it badly. We've spent 900 million in the last 6 years, something like that. Listen, it's a lot of money. A lot of it's been spent wrongly, as is shown by being where we are now, being where we were last season. Europa Cup League win or what? You know, at the end of the day, everyone's butter is the Premier. Bread and butter is the Premier League, and we need to get back focusing on moving back up that table. But unfortunately, everyone knows how I feel about it. I was prepared to give ENIC a little bit of a chance when Levy went, you know, just to see, you know, who it really was that was holding this football club back. And I think undoubtedly now, over the last 2 transfer windows, it's been shown that ENIC are doing that. And until they're not going to change their way. So until they're gone, nothing much is going to change at the football club, Dan. I can't see that it will. But
no, fair, good answer, man. Good answer.
Have to keep huffing and puffing, mate. That's all we can do. As Matt said earlier about huffing and puffing, you know, during the game against Chelsea, by the way, just let me say,
did we deserve anything, Cookie? Did we deserve anything?
No, we didn't play well at all. And but I'm one of these people, like, you're 2-0 down, you get back to 2-1. I can't remember what minute it was that Richie scored, right? But then I'm doing the watch along with
72nd minute.
There you go. So 20 minutes to go with a bit of injury time, 25 minutes, right? And I'm thinking, right, it don't matter now if you lose 3-1. What's the difference? What's the difference, right? Let's get on the front foot now. Let's get that possession back that we had in the first 10, 15 minutes of the first half. Let's see some movement. Let's see something happen. If we get beat 3-1, we get beat 3-1. There's no difference, is there? There's no difference. Goal average don't matter at the moment now. So, you know, have a go. And that's what disappointed me more with De Zerbi, as far as, yeah, I do want him as coach. But I think he's also trying to tread a you know, a level playing field as such. Don't want to upset anyone. Which is all fair enough. I'm all for it, but you know, push on a bit. We had a chance there to have a right go at Chelsea, and especially in that second half, the last 20-25 minutes. And I just expected a bit more, even though I know we all know our forwards are shit. Do you know what I mean? And we can't create anything, and But I just felt like with Maddison on the pitch. You had your he was on, so we had a bit of creativity. Let's move everyone up the pitch 10, 15 yards. Have a go at them. Yeah, let's see what we can do. If we get picked off for another goal, we get picked off with 3-1. But who knows? We could have got a 2-2 draw.
Look, a lot of people blaming the ref, the decisions, the VAR. We should have got a penalty. I get it, of course. I get it. You know, it could have been a draw another day. But I look at the game as Spurs done enough to even get a draw. I don't think we played well at all. It's against a not a great Chelsea side. It was very disappointing, and a lot of it comes back down to our attackers. I know Paulinho had a bit of a poor game. Like I think, Matt, you said, should have brought in some substitutions on earlier. The confidence of the team, the belief in the team is not there. And whatever De Zerbi can do, and he's been working hard. He's been trying to do his best, sticking to the system, keep playing. There's only so much De Zerbi can do. These players have underperformed massively for the past 2 seasons. They have, and there's no miracle cure right now, isn't it? It's just get through now. One more game today. Anybody want to add anything more about that Chelsea game? Anyone? Any talking points around that? Anyone want to say anything?
Yeah, quick one. I was at the game and I had one game on the one eye on the game and one eye on De Zerbi. I don't know if it came across on TV, but De Zerbi just looked depressed that whole game. Like usually he's very active, running around. He leaves his technical area, but that Chelsea game, it's just a quick question. Did anyone notice like De Zerbi just literally do an Ange?
No,
Didn't show too much of De Zerbi, to be honest. Down in the actual game, didn't
what did
see
he
too
do?
much of him.
What did he do, Guy?
Yeah, he looked absolutely depressed on the pitch. I'm not lying. It's like someone shat in his cornflakes.
Well, yeah, it's like massive pressure, isn't it, on him? You know, he wants to keep the team up. The team are not performing well on the pitch. You know, it just needed a point, and we wouldn't even be worrying about today. But
and he knows
team,
that, Dan, but he can't say that. He can't come out and say my team shit.
No, of course not.
He knows.
Of course
He knows. Of course he does. And a lot of what he said, what he's been saying, I get why. Yeah, psychological. It's to get in the players' heads, telling them they're better than what they are, just to get to the end of this season. Matt, come in, mate.
Right. I was reading a stat yesterday that only one manager has started and finished a Premier League season in 8 years at Tottenham. And I had to double check because I thought that can't be right. But it's absolutely right. And that's Ange Postecoglou. Think about it. All the managers we've had before and since have not started and finished a Premier League season. Conte, Nuno, Jose, Frank did not start and finish a season. And what does that get you? It gets you a mishmash of ideas and a mishmash of signings. That's why when people say we've spent a lot of money, that's why the squad looks like it is, because we've never had a settled manager over a period of seasons that's been able to build a team in his image. And the last manager that we had was Poch. And I'm not getting on the Poch bandwagon and Poch is this and Poch is that, but Poch gave us 5 seasons. So over the period of time, he could buy and sell players that as he saw fit. Since then, we've just had this mishmash. Conte comes in halfway through a season, finishes that season, gets sacked midway through the next season. Then somebody else comes in. Then it's a mishmash of signings. Then there's a mishmash of sales. So this is unfortunately, since 2018, only Ange Postecoglou has started and finished a Premier League season. What chance have you got, Dan?
Yeah.
That's 8 years.
Absolutely bang on. We've still got a player under Poch. That's like 8 managers since then. We've still got players from under Poch.
That tells you they've got no plan and no thingy of what they're doing. They ain't got a Scooby-Doo what they're doing upstairs, then, have they? And not just them upstairs, the director of football, the people that are meant to be in charge, and not just for this season either, before that as well. So if you had people like Paratici, that were in the club back in the day, and he was finding certain players like he did with Bentancur and Kulu and so on for hashtag reasonable prices, why hasn't that trend continued as such? I know Xavi Simons has come in. I get that. I know Gallagher's come in. Johnson's gone out. Sousa's come in. But where's the continuation, like Matt says, which is very difficult when 1 minute you've got a manager that wants to sit back, the next one wants to play attacking football, whatever order it's in, there's got to be some what's the word? I can't get it out. Continuality, is it? Continuity. There you go. Sorry. Thanks for that, Guy. I appreciate that. Of manager at the football club. And until we see that again, until he can get his ideas over, until we've got a director of football that understands what our manager needs and requires, and until the DOF has got the backing of the club, we ain't going nowhere. We're going nowhere.
Look at the players we've been linked with already this summer. If we stay up, Robertson, we're heavily linked with in January.
Yeah.
Does De Zerbi want him? We don't know. We're already being linked with Morgan Gibbs-White again.
Yeah.
We're being linked with the same players every season, just recycle the old. And I don't even think half these players are manager players. I think they're all Tottenham signings, all club signings.
Yeah, it looks that way, doesn't it? It definitely looks that way. But De Zerbi's in charge now, remember. De Zerbi's in charge. The club have come out and said that. So let's see. Let's see if Roberto has full reins. I doubt it very much.
Yeah, we'll be going to have those conversations, Cookie, 100%, mate. Honestly, whatever happens today, close season, mate, them conversations are going to, they're going to happen. I just want to say big up to everyone in the chat. Thank you so much for being here. Sorry if I can't get all your comments up. If you could smash the like, much appreciated. Subscribe. Also subscribe to the other guys as well. Guy from the Lane, the Two Mark Show, Cookie and Nige, Pure COYS, much appreciated. Yeah, what is a massive day. Let's go on to the Everton game. Let's do it. Let's go into it. Where do I want to start with this one? Look, Everton, they've dropped off, haven't they? They have dropped off. I think they haven't won in 6 matches. This should be a winnable game for Spurs. The trouble is, it's 2 home wins all season. Last home win was in December in the league. You just need 1 point. But there's no pressure on Everton today at all. We've heard what David Moyes has said. They're going to put in a performance, Everton. They are. He wants to keep West Ham up. He's openly said it. It's not going to be straightforward, this one. The worry for me is that, if we don't get an early goal, and the more the game goes on, the pressure, the crowd anxiety, it's just initial thoughts, guys, on the game today. Let's go to Guy.
List of cliches. It's the same old cliche, isn't it? So you know the list, Dan. I'm not going to bring it up again aboard the audience and the panel members. We say it all season. It's the same. I'm not even going to say them. Look, am I hopeful that we will get a win? No, sorry, I don't think so. How many times have we heard easy win? There's no such thing. I'm just hoping that Leeds do their job, really, because I think Everton are going to come at us with all they can. I really do. It's at home, man, dude. I'm not going to bring up my famous, bingo card of probability at home. Have I got any confidence? No. Is that my fault? No. But yeah, look, I haven't got no hope, man, but I just want to be proved wrong. Just prove me wrong, please. Just prove me wrong. That's all I ask. It's not that hard. Loads of people do it in my life every day. Just prove me wrong. Just prove me wrong. I do not want to be right about this.
Nige, cheers, Guy. Nige, what's your initial thoughts on the game, the pressure? What to expect from Everton? What do you expect?
Well, Everton are a decent Premier League side. You know, their away record, I think, is what are they, top 6 in the away form table.
Yeah.
So listen,
They're
it's
not
going to
bad
be a
away.
really tough game for Spurs. And we know what our home form is like, right? If you had asked me at the start of the season, Tottenham, Everton last game of the season, I say home banker, because we usually do well at home to Everton. But listen, the pressure with West Ham playing with, you know, no doubt we're gonna go into it. But West Ham score early and we need a goal suddenly, or you know, we go behind. I'm not sure the players can handle the pressure. I'm not sure the fans will handle the pressure. It could get toxic in there if we go behind early. Have I got hope? Yeah, I have got hope, because I always slightly look on the positive side. But
This is the form
listen,
table, Nige, for both teams.
yeah, it is.
Here.
It
Look at
is
the
pure
form.
hope.
Look at
And you
look
look
at
at our form and
Everton's
you look
form.
Yeah, we've got better form than Everton, but we know, we've seen it before. That means nothing with Spurs. But can we win? Yes. Will we win? I got no idea. It's flicking a coin, mate. You just don't know what Spurs team are going to turn up. Well, we got a good idea, but we hoping the good one does.
Is this the quartet you're playing up front, Nige, today?
It's deadly, isn't it? No, I wouldn't be playing Mawani either. I think, as Matt said, Solanke up front with Charleston off the left, Tell off the right. I think that's all we can do.
You've got to send me that. You've got to send me that.
Anybody know why Everton have dropped off recently? Anyone know? Anyone been following the Everton drop off lately? Injuries, is it? Why are they kind of, because they were doing really well, weren't they? Getting good results, and you know, look at their results in the final end of the season. Moyes will say he just hasn't got the squad. I know what he'll say. Just hasn't got the squad. They're nearly there, nearly not quite ready for Europe. He even said that in his press conference the other day. I think he said it. Yeah, they're just not right. They're ready for Europe. Yeah, maybe it might do them a favour not being in it next year. Maybe they need another year, improving the squad, etc., etc. Anyone on the panel know any other reasons on Everton's drop off?
Haven't been following Everton at all this season, my friend. Not gonna lie.
Machina Joe says it's Moyes. He reckons it's Moyes. Yeah, one of the Everton fans that comes in our chat. He's a great fan of what's that Everton sub that comes on for Beto when he don't play? Yeah, Barry. Is it Barry?
Barry, yeah.
He's a massive fan. I've got to shout out Machina Joe. He thinks Barry could go on to be one of the best players that he's ever seen. And he don't, Dan, by the way. He thinks he's absolute rubbish, by the way.
So if he comes on, we win, basically.
Yeah. He thinks he's that bad. This Barry fella. I don't know. I've never seen him. But from what I can gather, the general gist of it is that a lot of Everton fans are not happy with David Moyes. And again, I don't follow them. I'm just we have all different fans from all different clubs come in and they post their comments. And apparently a lot of fans think it's down to him with the way it's gone sort of a bit downhill over the
Grealish has been out, isn't he, for a while?
Yeah. So, yeah, that's all I know, mate. That's all I know.
For me, quickly, I would say Everton were flying at one point and it looked like they were going to get European football. I think that Merseyside derby was the one that kind of ended their season, because I thought they played really well in that game. And I know it was 1-1 and they were pushing for the winner and they got caught on a sucker punch and ended up losing. And for me, I think that was maybe the game that just took the wind out of their sails a little bit.
Yeah, so what it is, guys, is it's a fatigue thing. This is what Moyes has said. You know, squad's not, strong enough. And statistically, Everton underlying numbers have been like a massive source of frustration. The team have heavily underperformed in its expected goals recently. While their kind of system is capable of creating decent chances, a critical lack of clinical finishing in the final third has really caused them problems. And when fatigue has set in, their ability to punish teams just gone. And they frequently squandered winning possessions or failed to convert, score goals when they're dominated in games. Bit of a psychological drop-off as well. I mean, they're not. I think there's a tiny chance they can get Europe, but I've also read that they can't. I'm not too sure. And they're kind of reliant on key players like Grealish. And they don't have. What's that winger called Ndai? Is it? He's a good player, isn't he? We'll probably see him today.
He'll
Yeah,
be an
so
handful a day. He'll be an handful.
Yeah, and Gardner, I think, is a tidy player on the ball. But
Who's
surely
the fella
Spurs
from
get
Man
this one.
United in midfield that they signed from Man United
Nick
a couple
Gardner,
of
isn't it?
years ago? Who?
Is it Gardner?
Garner.
No,
Garner.
Gardner. Sorry, not Gardner. Gardner.
Garner. That's it.
Yeah.
Good player.
Garner.
He's a good
Yeah.
player.
Yeah.
Yeah. So look, it's such a winnable game, isn't it? Really, in the context of things. The trouble is with this team, they just can't handle pressure. And I look at our forward line. I just don't know how we're going to score. Don't know how we're going to create. And Maddison will play a part. I don't know when that will be. He can't play the whole game. We've heard what the situation with Maddison is, that he's got to be, these minutes have got to be managed carefully. Without him in the team, and this team that we got today, which who knows if he's going to go with Mamani or not. He's been dreadful. Really, it's just going to be set pieces again. It was just going to be trying to force the issue. What was the game the other week where we were just so desperate? What was that one now? Remind me, guys, when Paulinia went busting into the bottom. Yeah, it was
Wolves?
Leeds, wasn't it?
Or
Was
Leeds?
it Leeds, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was
Leeds game.
Leeds game.
Game where we really
It was the
struggled.
Leeds game, where they were just ping-ponging it straight
That's
at the
it.
goal. It was spray and pray, inshallah. If you're a gamer, you know what I'm talking about. It was literally just, as soon as you get the ball, just boot it in the general direction of the goal. Just boot
Richarlison
it.
was shocking, weren't he, up there? Richarlison was terrible. The tell well, works hard, a lot of flashes, but when he gets to the box, there's no output, is there? He scores like a worldie every 10 games, maybe. Maybe he's capable of pulling out a worldie today. He did it the other match, didn't he? But honestly, guys, I just do worry about how it's just going to be us forcing the issue, the crowd getting behind the team, the players just going above and beyond, work rate. But it's a very hot day. Honestly, guys, I am worried. I am really worried with this side, honestly, because if we get a setback, something doesn't go our way, see the goal. This is not a straightforward game at all. It could go either way, really. But a point is all we need, isn't it? It's just a point. Are you setting up? How are you approaching this then, Matt? Let's go to Matt. How are you approaching? If you're De Zerbi and in the dressing room, what are you saying to the team today?
Look, I think you can't be too clever. You can't second guess other results. You got to look after yourself. So for me, win the football match. Get on the ball. We're at home. 62,000 fans. Get on the ball and dictate the pace of the game. That would be one of my only messages. Don't fill up their mind with different instructions and different sets of patterns of play. Get on the ball and dictate the game. That would be my message. There's only one result that damages us, and that's a West Ham win. So I think I'm trying to be optimistic. I think we're going to be okay today, Dan. I really do.
Why, Matt? Why?
And I get
what is
Spurs, I get all of that. But why will we be okay today? Because I think Everton, when I hear, and I watch a lot of YouTube, when I hear that we've got the worst forwards in the Premier League, I absolutely disagree. I would not swap any of our forwards for Beto and Barry. Not one of them. Everton have the worst forwards in the Premier League. Worst forwards. Yeah, you can. I mean, listen, I'm not saying they won't score today, but they are dreadful. Barry and Beto. They're dreadful. They look like boxers in football boots. They are absolutely dreadful. So I can't think of a better team to come up against than Everton, who don't score many goals. Neither do we. So if we cannot at least get a draw against Everton at home, we don't deserve to be in the Premier League next season.
Matt's called it then. I just wanted to say Spurs 0, Everton 3, Barry with 2, and the other geezer, whatever his name is, Beto with 1.
Ndiaye's a good player. I give him that. Ndiaye's a good player, but I'm on about forwards.
Yeah, I get you. Well,
It's going to be interesting.
Go on, Nigel.
I was going to say, I think it's going to be interesting to see how we set up. For me, Everton are not great playing out from the back, so I would be pressing high, trying to nick it off them early. But the problem is they have got a big defence, haven't they? They're very strong defensively, so it's no good just spamming crosses in. We haven't got any creativity to open doors. So for me, I would be looking just to press as hard as I can. Try and nick the ball off them high and get our chances that way. I think that's the best way to get at Everton personally.
Are they good enough to
Even
play
though we're
the ball
terrible
around
in
us?
transition. I was about to say, but we're terrible in transition, aka the break, aka counter attack. People use different words for different things.
That's what I mean. If we can get it up, get it high up the pitch, get it off them high up the pitch, then we don't need to counter attacks. We're already there, aren't we?
True. I think a high press, high intensity press, not a high press. A high intensity press would be great, but not just for the first 15 minutes of the game. And Dan was saying, "Oh, but it's warm." To me, I don't care. These players need to show that they're willing to fight. And the problem is, for me, I haven't seen it all season. We've seen it in flashes in some games. But I don't know when it comes down to what De Zerbi's going to do. I have no idea. Do we think he's still going to go? He's gone the same team pretty much for most of his games, hasn't he? Sorry, Dan, I'm just going through the comments and putting them on screen for you. But he's gone for the same team pretty much. Consistency, and I know a lot of Spurs fans have been liking that consistency. But what's your thoughts on the consistency of the squad?
Consistency of the squad
of the lineup, he means, doesn't he?
The lineup,
the lineup, yeah, it's the same way, same players, mainly the same players.
It is what it is at the end of the day, isn't it? We all say about Mawani. Look, there's no doubt Mawani is absolute pants with cack in it. There's no doubt about that whatsoever. He don't want to be here. It's quite obvious he don't want to be here. So do us all a favour. Fuck off. That's the best way to get round that one, right?
Yep. Give your deposit back for the shirt and piss off.
That's it. Go, right? Like Romero. Go. I don't know if you spoke about that. Get lost. I'm not bothered. Just go, right? We only got people here who want to play for Tottenham at the end of the day to the best of their ability every time they put that shirt on. That's what it's all about at the end of the day. I know football's changed and there's money in it now and this and that and the other, all right? But that's what we need. We need to get back to basics as a football club. Right, and but the problem is of getting back to basics is that when you have a group of people that not necessarily as in don't back the football, we say they don't back the football, but they have spent a lot of money, but spent it incorrectly because the structure beneath them is not there. Surely it can't be that difficult to employ
the stepping stones, Cookie. It's the stepping stones. Yeah, look at Villa, what they've done. Yeah. Slowly build.
Dan, I've got to go in a minute, but I just want to say that's a great point. Harvey Elliott got voted in the under-21 team of the tournament. Do you remember? Had a great tournament for England. The director of football at Villa brought in Harvey Elliott. Emery did not want Harvey Elliott, right? He has barely touched the ball for Aston Villa this season because the manager did not want him. So you've clearly...
Do you know that, Matt? Do you know that? He didn't actually want him.
Did not want Harvey Elliott. Did not want Harvey Elliott.
Wow.
Right? He has barely touched the ball for Aston Villa this season. So even when, don't forget, Villa never won a Premier League game. I think the first 5 games. They were terrible the first start of their season. The fans were starting to question Emery. But Emery believed in his abilities and believed in his philosophy of what he wants his teams to look like. And Harvey Elliott did not fit that philosophy. Not touch the ball. Had that been at Spurs, there would have been cross-examinations and who's right, who's wrong. Emery is running Aston Villa. He's running the show. And until we get a situation at Tottenham where we've got somebody that is making the footballing decisions and live and die by them, we will have these up and down transfer windows, these up and down performances, and these up and down results. So that's why when you get in 8 years, only one manager that has started and finished the season, we end up where we are today.
Matt,
Huge
before you
factor
jump,
in our consistency, we do not know what we're doing from the top to the bottom.
and you're spot on, Matt. Just before you jump off, give us your score prediction today, mate, and your confidence level out of 10. Did you hear that, mate? Are you frozen? Was it me?
Sorry, say that again.
Yeah, give us a
what was
score prediction, mate, today.
I'm going to go with 2-1 Spurs.
2-1 Spurs. Okay. Cheers, Matt. Appreciate you coming on today, mate, and enjoy your barbecue. Yeah.
Cheers, Matt.
Eat well, drink lots.
We got it on the big screen in the garden. He's a Spurs fan, so don't you worry, mate. I won't miss a ball kicked.
And honestly, Matt,
I won't miss
Matt,
the touch.
if we do lose this and we go down, mate, you better be jumping on later, even if you're at the barbecue, mate.
I'll be back. I'll be back later. So, what time? What time was your evening show?
6:30.
All right, mate. I'll be back a little bit after that. So I'll drop you a message when I get back.
All right, man. Take
All
care
the
of
best.
yourself. Cheers.
Bye, Matt.
Bye-bye.
Cheers,
Right,
mate.
see you later,
Have a good
mate.
one.
But yeah, cheers. Going back to what Cookie was saying, you know, the club, it's about building, isn't it? Building something. We compared to Villa, for example. They've been building since they come back to the Premier League, right? Slowly building. They don't waste money on signings. They've got Emery in there. They're consistently now challenging for Europe, winning things. There's a lot of learning to be done from a club like Villa because, same kind of sort of club to Spurs, history. Some would say Villa bigger, or I don't know. They've won titles, haven't they? A bit more than Spurs, but generally size of club, fan base, they've got it right, haven't they? And it's been a slow build up of over the years of getting to where they've got to. The people running the club there seem to know what they're doing, right? Good example to give. Nige.
Sorry, you went lost.
I lost after question,
Sound.
Dan. Yeah, it went
Yeah,
all
I lost
funny.
that question.
Am I dying? Am I cutting out?
No, you're on, but it just went a bit.
All right,
a
now.
bit-
Yeah,
a
it just
bit
cut
glitchy.
out for like half a second.
Yeah, I was just basically saying what Villa have done. That what they've done, in recent years, where they got to. And and you could say there was a time when when we had Poch and we were consistently challenging for top four, and but we didn't push on, did we? We
Well,
didn't change
went
the
wrong.
furniture.
They had the chance, Dan, didn't they, when Poch was here? At the end of the day, look at where we were then. Yeah, second and thirds and whatever. Final of the Champions League, whether it was lucky to get there, whatever you might think. Then with how it turned out, the decisions the manager made with the players on the field, the handball, early doors, all that stuff, right? It is what it is. And since then, there's been a steady decline. As pointed out by Matt, it don't help, when you're having different managers coming in throughout that period that are basically playing different styles of football. You've got to have a philosophy of how you want to play football. Generally, don't get me wrong, that might change once that period of 5 years or whatever has come to fruition and the club changed the manager or the manager moves on. But if that's the way that you prefer to play football, then surely you would employ managers that continually do that. But the problem is Spurs have got such a high turnover of managers because they want instant success, bang now, for not putting in what they need to and not backing managers properly, mate. And again, that's where we find ourselves now.
But fans also, the fans are also partly to blame because we demand instant success as well. If we've gone 5 games unbeaten without a win, we want a manager sacked. you know. I was very much Frank in. When Frank came in, I thought, at last, we've got a manager who's steady, stable. But I'll be the first to admit, once we lost 3 or 4 games, I was like, oh, he's not the man for me. Villa are successful now because they are stuck by Emery, you know, regardless. Like Matt said, first start of the season, you know, they went 5 games without a win, a lot of fans. And I was on a few Aston Villa podcasts early doors. A lot of fans wanted him out. They wanted him gone. But the club stuck by him. Look where they are now. We need to decide if De Zerbi's the man. And if he is, listen, if we go down, who knows? He might leave anyway. But if he's a man going forward, we have to stick by him. No matter what the fans say, if we go 7 games without a win, lose 6 of them, if the club are going to stick with him, we need to stick with him. And as fans, we just need to suck it up, take any bad times we get. And then hopefully in a season or 2 seasons, it isn't going to happen overnight. Hopefully we will get some success.
Oh yeah, I think that these 2 last seasons, when it comes to like second managers and fan expectations, because last year, right, a lot of people were saying, "Oh, 17th is an anomaly." It's not an anomaly. We need to really reset our expectations if we stay up, right? If we stay up in the Premier League, and I've stopped calling it the Premiership. I've become a young man now. We need to really reassess our expectations of next season and what we have an outlook for Spurs, because no matter what it is, we are dog shit. It's simple as that. We're in this for a reason. And look, I agree. It comes down to transfer windows. Obviously, we don't have Europe next season, so that's going to really fudge us up. You know, our transfers aren't exactly great as they are. But yeah, I think you're right, Nige, where fans really need to readdress their expectations from this club and this team coming in future. I really do. If we are going to have De Zerbi, if he is going to stay, no matter what, I don't care if he stays. If we get relegated or not, there's one thing that needs to happen. He needs to get the players that are needed, whether it be for the Championship or the Premier League. He needs that, right? We cannot keep this team of deadwood. We need to really reassess it. But I think you're right, Nige. I think fans really do need to reassess their expectation when it comes to Spurs going forward.
Yeah, good comment. I lost you all, guys. I had some sound issues, but I'm back now. I don't know what happened.
That's all right, mate.
Having a little bit of internet problems today. Look, let's run around the panel. We've got 4 questions for you all in the chat as well. Get involved. Big up to you all. We'll go through some comments shortly about today and what people are saying generally about Spurs. So the questions I have for you, I did ask a couple to Matt. So first of all, I want a score prediction. I want a first scorer, moment they fear the most, and a confidence level out of 10. So let's go Nige first on this.
I've got to go for a Spurs win. I can't go for anything else. I think it will be tight. I think it may be 1 goal, but I think it's going to be something like 3-2. And I think Palhinha with the first goal, I can already see him running away, grabbing the badge. And am I confident? No. But, you know, pure hopium. I am.
Yeah. Please give me what you're smoking, bro.
What's your confidence level, bro? Nige, out of 10, confidence level.
It's probably a 5. You know, I know the thing is,
5.
I've seen this team turn up. We can complain about the team however we want, right? But we turned up at City, we turned up at West Ham, we turned up away at Leeds. There's been games we've turned up in, right? So
there's a theme there, Nige. Away, Nige.
Bro.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, there's
we turned
a
up
theme
home
there, man.
We turned up home to Brentford. That was a massive win. So listen, we are capable of it. Will we do it? I don't know. I think a lot of it depends how Everton play as well, right? It is what it is. What I don't want to see is us controlling the game the first 10 minutes, slow at the back, side to side. I want us to absolutely go straight at them, in their faces from the start. You know, start as you mean to go on. Intent for me is massive.
Guys, there's 64 of you in the chat, 51 likes. Please smash the like if you haven't already. Much appreciated. Subscribe to Guy, Cookie, and Nige as well. I'm going to bring their links up in a minute. What's your moment you fear the most, Nige? in the game? What's that moment?
I'm going behind. I think
Okay.
if we go behind, we're down. I think if we go behind, we don't come back. You know, we've seen it all season. I think there's probably a stat out there somewhere. Every time we've gone behind, we've never won a game. We've not won a game all season in the Premier League when we've gone behind. So
Well, we only need to draw.
we go behind. Yeah, we do. But again, we don't score a lot of. I was going to say we don't score a lot of goals, as I've just tipping us for a 3-2 win. But listen, we don't, do we? And if we go behind, that's my major concern.
Cheers, Cookie. Oh, sorry, Nige. Cookie, mate. What do you reckon? What's on those score predictions? First scorer, moment you fear the most, and confidence level out of 10.
Yeah, well, you'll have to take it easy on me, mate, because I'm getting old. So
One at a time.
Let's just go one at a time. First one.
Score prediction.
2-0 to Everton.
You're joking, or are you serious?
No, I'm serious. Why
You
would
think
we go? We've only won twice at home all season. 5 times in God knows how long. Do you know what I mean? I don't know what everyone's expecting this wonderful Tottenham team to turn up all of a sudden. If Everton are up for it today, Everton will beat us.
You really going 2-0? Serious,
Yeah,
or are you joking?
I am. No, I'm 2-0. I honestly, listen, mate, you know me, Dan. I'll only tell what I think.
Wow.
If I thought Spurs were going to win 2-0 today, I'd say to you 2-0 to Spurs.
Okay, so you're expecting us to get relegated today?
No, I'm not.
You're not?
No, because West Ham won't win either.
I knew you were going to say that. Fair enough, mate.
West Ham a draw with Leeds and we'll lose 2-0. That's what I think. That's what I think will happen today. And here, everyone's bums will be going, as my thing says. Down there, you can imagine it last 10 minutes and it is how it is and whatever. Listen, Spurs have filled me with zero confidence all season. We can all talk about, 4-0 to City, this one, that. Where was the fucking consistency? If the players are so good, where's the consistency? The only consistency I see is losing 40-odd bloody matches over 2 seasons. That's the consistency I see. Enoch, do us a favour. Fuck off, Enoch out every day until I can't breathe no more if you're still here. Thank you.
So what's the moment you fear, mate, today?
I fear that we go 1-0 down and then we go 2-0 down and the place just turns toxic. That's what I fear. I fear that if it was to go the wrong way today and West Ham did win and Spurs did lose, I feel that like it's just going to get very, very toxic inside the ground. Maybe not with the younger fans as such who don't understand the history, but maybe with...
You think so?
Wouldn't surprise me, mate.
I went to the Aston Villa game and we lost to Aston Villa in the FA Cup. I was in the kids stand and the kids stand was toxic. They were swearing.
Oh, well, there you go then. So, I'm not in tune with the youngsters, mate. All I know is when I've walked in the ground twice this season, they're all up on the railing up there in the south stand, banging on the railing before the game, singing the same song over and over and over and over again because their minds are not open to what the Tottenham songs used to be. Now, if you could sing those songs around Tottenham today, perhaps something might change on the pitch because I remember back in the day when they really needed us, we opened our gobs and we never stuck for 90 minutes. And that's what that needs in there today. There you go.
Fair enough.
Goes again. Oh, he is still there. I thought.
No, I'm here. So I think you've answered all your questions. I think. Let me double check.
Sorry about that, mate.
Make sure. No, it's all right, mate. Confidence level.
I'll get carried away, mate.
Oh yeah, it was confidence level out of 10, and obviously if you think we're losing, you've got what, 1 out of 10? Then is it 2 out of 10?
Oh, low as shit, mate. I mean, if we could do minuses, I'm probably there. At the moment, do you know what I mean? And listen, it is what it is. I hope I'm wrong, like Guy said. I hope I'm very, very wrong, and Tottenham turn up today for whatever reason, and they actually, get us over the line. And I don't care if it's a draw. I don't care if it's a win. I'm not bothered. Just do us a favour and do your fucking job for once. That's where I'm at with it.
Well said, mate. Well said. I hope so. I hope they do their job. Guy, mate, do you need reminder of the questions, or you all right?
No, I'm good. Confidence on a 1 with 0 out of 10, mate. Sorry. 0 out of 10. I think we're going to lose this. I'm with Cookie. I think we're going to lose it 2-0. The greatest problem. Remember, I did every time I've come on your stream, right? Every time I come on your stream, what's my biggest issue? Conceding in the last minutes of the first
The
half.
half, yeah.
It's always the fucking way at home, right? If we concede in the dying minutes of the first half, we are cooked, and it will be 2-0. It will be 2-0.
If we concede first at all, it's done, I think.
Yeah.
I think they've got it in them.
Yeah.
Really
like I say, who's going to score? I don't know, mate. Asking me who's going to score out of a team that I've not watched all season and a team that I have seen all season, I don't even know, mate. I tell you what. Put both of the teams, yeah. Blindfold me, give me a rock. I'll throw one at a player. That's the one who hits is going to score, mate. Even I wouldn't even be surprised if a goalkeeper scores and just boots it down the field.
I just thought the same thing, and then you spat it out.
Yeah. Like, what we doing here? I've been to these home games, man. They're horrific. They're not even bad. They're horrific. They are absolutely horrific. Do I think we're going down though? Mate, I don't know. I've got no hope. I'm unlike Nigel. We've spoke about it. I don't know where he gets it from, because I'm scraping at the bottom of the barrel, and I've gone through the barrel, looking through it, going, "There's fuck all there for me, bro." You know what I mean?
Well, cheers, Guy. I'll go for mine now. Score prediction: 0-0. Yeah, 0-0. We're not scoring. They're not scoring. So there's no first goal scorer for me. Moment I fear the most, similar to Nigel, you lot, really. Just if we concede, it's going to be massive problem for this team. Can't handle pressure. Confidence level out of 10 is, I'm not confident. So I'll probably have to go for like 4 out of 10, really. I just think this is it. Last throw of the dice now, isn't it? Really, that's why I'm going for a draw. I just think that these players will show up today. They'll throw everything at it. We ain't got the quality to win the game well, but we should just scrape a draw, and that will be enough to stay up. And then it's massive review of the season time, and relieved. No celebrations from me. A lot of reflecting to do on the season. The club itself, a lot of reflecting to do. And we'll see all the fallout after the game. And we've got the watch along to look forward to. And then the call-in show later on this afternoon. Guys, let's go to the comments before we shut the show down. Just want to go over some comments. Are you all right, guys, for another 10 minutes, something like that? Yeah, just go over the comments. So big up to everyone in the chat. Let's go over it. We got Scott in the chat. Big up, Scott. We are playing garbage like Richarlison, Solanke, and calling other players bad.
They're all bad. They're all shit as a team. Until people realise and understand, that these players were all bought for different managers. A De Zerbi can't just come in and go bang, and then all of a sudden they're all better. Thomas Frank couldn't do it. Igor Tudor couldn't do it. Who expects anyone to do it? The level where we are is because of what we've got, and it's because of the dilution of Tottenham Hotspur. People, get it into your head. It is happening. Yeah. It's 100%. As simple as that. Sorry to go off again, but
it's all right, mate. But De Zerbi has got some results, hasn't he? He has got some results since coming in, and he has done his reason why we've got a chance, isn't it, on the last day to stay up. So these players have not been good enough. I agree. We need a massive squad overhaul, I think, and it's going to take many seasons to get Spurs back to anywhere near what we were like, challenging for Europe, sort of thing. Long way away from that. I think De Zerbi will have his plans. Let me bring up something De Zerbi said, actually. I was going to bring it up. Actually, I forgot to bring it up earlier. Just want your guys' thoughts on this, what he said. Hold on a second. Let me bring it up on the screen here.
Hit that like button, everyone in the chat, if you haven't, by the way.
Cheers.
Don't
Cheers.
do
No,
that.
no, not that one. Not that one. Not that one.
What are we doing?
Tickle guy there. Right, so look, De Zerbi, this is what he said to Sky Sports. Everyone has to give something more. Then from 7 p.m. on Sunday, we can organise and make a plan for next season, considering everything. I'm not stupid, and I have a very clear vision on what we have to do. Good luck, mate. That's all I'm going to say. It has been a tough experience because I didn't know before my time, where we heard that before, to manage a lot of situations without knowing what happened before. To me, is not so easy. I'm happy and I'm proud because I create an important relationship with players, people inside the club and fans. They do not deserve to stay in this place in the table. We need to stay focused on the next game. I'm happy because David Moyes said he wants to help West Ham. For us, that is big motivation. Premier League is the best league because every game you have to fight even to just get 1 point. I'm sure Leeds will play the right game versus West Ham like they did against us in our stadium. I want to win the game. I don't want anything from other people. We are ready to go on the pitch to fight and play. Inspiring, guys. As a manager, people in the chat, you like what you say. I mean, the first part, we're not going to go there until the end of the season, but about the game today and everything.
He's absolutely bang on, isn't he?
Words. Yeah, he's got to say it.
It is just words. Yeah, he's not gonna slate the team, is he? But listen, it is what it is. We can't rely on other teams. We have to do it ourselves. If we start relying on everyone else, then that's an easy out for me. It's a bit concerning with his second or third line when he talks about, as every other manager has. It's not as easy when you're in the job as he thought it was going to be. But that's typical Spurs managers, isn't it? They all say that. I don't know. I'm still of the opinion that if we go down, he's going to leave, but we'll see.
Fair enough.
Anyone else? If he's here, I'll be surprised if he's here much into next season if he don't get the backing that he so requires. And I'll buy that. I don't mean going and buying 300 or 400 million pound players, but listen, to get the players in that a manager wants, a DOF and a scouting system needs to be in place to do that, because the chances of getting that exact player, are 1 to 100 maybe, right? That you've got to have scouting and infrastructure to find players that may be similar to that, but they're not quite that. Do you know what I mean? And we are incapable of doing that, unfortunately. Until that changes, until Enoch changed that, we are where we are, mate. De Zerbi can quite happily in the summer say, right, I want these 4, and they're all about 25 million quid each, but that Spurs will be wanting to get them for 18 million each. Do you know what I mean? So the circle will just keep going round until we back a manager properly, and buy properly. Again, I'm not saying 100 million pound players, but if he wants someone and there's time to come from that player, it doesn't have to be 21. Why can't he be 25, 26, 27? And we have the best 4 years of their footballing career. Why can't we do that? Instead, we go down the Archie route, the Bergvall route, hoping they're going to turn into, from, in Bergvall's case, a 10 million pound player into a 50 million pound player. Yeah, he's nowhere near that yet. But Spurs' expectations will be that these players will rise. Yeah, and it's all about making money for them. And that's all they're interested in.
Yeah, cheers, man. Yeah, spot on. Look, all you can do is keep getting that message out, Cookie, isn't it? It's all we can do, isn't it? It's just, I'm sure you say that every show, mate.
Probably.
I'm sure you do, but,
Probably,
man. Yeah, but hopefully, he'll get through to people eventually. Let's go to the chat and then we'll shut up shop. Big up to Rodney in the chat. Big up, COYS.
Big up,
Tottenham Trev, been here most of the show. Talking about nephew names. Rudolph, been here a little while as well. Hope you're doing all right. Look, I take the example of Villa. Gerrard was going to get them relegated Emery inherited that side and immediately improved things with the same players. Then took them to the next level, manager key. Well, I thought that, Rudolph. I did think that earlier, all throughout the season. I've got to be honest there. I thought it was a managerial problem, but it's not. It's more than that. It's it's the whole squad. It's the way it's built, the quality level. You know, we missed some key players throughout the season, and we just haven't replaced them. And this team can't do it. It can't do it. They can't handle pressure. They haven't got it in them. We need a squad overhaul. If we ever want to, become a competitive side again, we need a lot of these players moved on. Yes, I do think we do have some good players, but we need so much better. I think anyway. It's bigger than the manager. Yeah, I was on that bandwagon. I really was for a lot of the season, but after Tudor come in, saw the same shit. De Zerbi's come in. Yes, the results have improved, but their performances stink, man. They're not great. Forward, especially that forward line, neglected, massively neglected. We need a proper passer in midfield. We need a left back. We need so much more wingers. We ain't got any wingers. They play on a man. There's no excitement. There's no game changers in that side. Yes, I know Kudos has been out for a long time, but we need more. We need much more. But cheers for your comment, man. Big up to Ghosted in the chat. Hope you're good. Villa got rid of Lange and got a real football person in. Spent money on the right players and got rid of the wrong ones. Emery is in the manager. And look, Emery's a good manager. He's got a history of winning, especially that Europa League. But he's done well, isn't he? He's running that club, as someone said in the show earlier, and their recruitment has been a lot better. It has been a lot better than Spurs. The players that they signed, I can't look at them. Sure, there's not every player's been a success, but a lot of them have played a part, right? To get where they've got. Look, John McGinn's been there 8 years, hasn't he? I think they got Rodgers from the Championship, right? Ollie Watkins they got from Brentford. And they just built that team over the years, and Emery's been the final piece of the puzzle, right? They've changed the director of football. Got a new we got their ex one, haven't we? It just says it all. Big up to Soul Boy as well. How you doing? These owners will never change. Read the history. Exactly. Tottenham Trev says, don't believe a word you're telling me. Never said anything about respect shit players, mate. You blame managers. Crack on, Rudolph. Have a lovely Christmas. Oh, so a little bit of debate going on in the chat there. Big up to Rowley. It's good stuff, man. Healthy debate. Nothing wrong with that, as long as you're respectful to each other. Biker Yid, Rowley, how you doing, man? How are you? Looking forward to the game, mate. Daryl Denton, how you doing, man? After 25 years, I can spot us winging it. It smells like a 5-10-4 scale. Until I see big changes, I won't be going next season. I won't be doing next season. One season too many for me. Yeah, I can't go for another season like this one next year. I can't do it, honestly. I'll just lose it.
I'm not doing it live, mate. Next season, I'm not doing it live.
But just to let you know, the two marks will be here next season. Up or down. We will be here. Enoch out.
Yeah, I'm just going to lose it. Honestly, I can't go for another season like this. Miserable. Absolutely miserable. So much.
Right, Dan,
so many
defeats. You at the Valley, bro. I'll get a box at the Valley. We can go chill at the Valley, bro. It's all good, man. It won't cost me a bit.
You lot can come up on an away day, Stockport away. That's right.
Yeah, bro. Let's go.
Look, we'll support the team, but it's hard work. Cheers, Sporting Journey, man. Much appreciate your support in the show today. Please remember to hit the like and subscribe if you're new. Thank you so much. Just some more arguments in the chat. Let's go to Scott's prediction. Originally, I had 3-0 Everton, but this morning I've changed my view. Oh, does he share that? Does he share that in the chat? I can't see that.
Has he gone 6-0 Everton instead?
I was going to say he's gone 5-0 Everton.
Yeah. Has he gone 5-0? Is he?
I bet you.
Probably. He probably ain't got better. Put it that way.
Well, we'll have a look. If I get through it. June in the chat. Afternoon to you. We got dominated by Wolves. This team does not inspire any confidence in me whatsoever, like many of us.
Yeah.
Not many of us. I don't think there's anybody's come out. And even the kind of happy clappers and positive fans have said, yes, this is straightforward today.
Don't forget that as well now.
Since Wolves. I've had no hope since the first Wolves game, mate. That's when I gave up.
This is the one, isn't it? Before Christmas, mate. Yeah, the one where we blew it. Yeah, and we just scraped a draw at home. Under Thomas Frank.
That's relegation form. I was like, that is relegation form.
Yeah.
That was I remember losing it then. was shocking. People
Dan,
just
can I
put
jump
it
in?
as a
Can I
book.
just jump in for 1 sec?
Of course you can, mate.
Corey's put in a comment in. Let's all cheer on the empty bus. Well, it's about now, isn't it? 2 o'clock, was it? Something like that.
Anyone got any
Bus
pictures?
coming in, half one, whatever it was. So the bus
Possibly.
parade will be
Absolute
done, or
fucking
well, nearly
cringe.
done by
Absolute
now.
embarrassment.
Let's see what
Embarrassing.
effect it has on these players that we've got today. Just add a bit more pressure into the little cooking pot.
Yeah. I don't like talking about that, man. That is.
We
I
haven't
don't
really
agree
covered it
with
because I don't want to talk about it, man.
Wankers.
Yeah. Which we're not supportive of it.
what
It's Carl. Big up to Carl. Afternoon to you, man. If you could be a mascot for a day, which player would you walk out with?
Tiago Barry,
Yeah, because you'd kick him in the nuts.
probably, but
Yeah.
practice me old Tai Chi moves on him. You know what I mean? Tai Chi
Yeah,
for
I
seniors.
was about to say you'd kick him. I was like, yeah, because you stamp on his toes.
He'd probably be sub anyway. It'd probably be Beto, so I'd have picked the wrong bloke. That would have been a great start, wouldn't it? Eh?
Exactly.
There you go.
I bet Nigel's walking out with Danzo, aren't you, Nigel? You like Danzo?
Yeah, big Kev, or maybe a bit of Kinky. You know,
King Key.
I've always said, I'll walk out with Archie Gray and just remind him how shit he is every 5 seconds.
Bit harsh guy, isn't it?
I don't give a fuck, mate. He's shit.
The other player, the Spurs player that I would walk out with today, even though he's not going to be walking out, is Christian Romero, because he thinks he's hard, but he ain't hard once he's seen my Liam Delep elbow in his mush like Jed Spence received. Now have some of that and get back to watching Belgrano, bruv, because we don't want you no more.
He's back, isn't he? I think it was Alistair. He put on a tweet today, didn't he? He says he's back. He's back.
Right,
Bloody hell.
Right.
Bloody
Was that
hell,
fan
guys.
pressure? Was that fan pressure? Did he hear that the YouTube channels were calling him out? Is that what it was?
Oh, what a lot of... I love it. It was the same. Here's the thing. I sent this to you, Dan. Spurs fans. I hate Romero. I don't want him anywhere near my club. Same Spurs fans. He's not going to be there this weekend. He's a cunt. Like, you know what I mean? Like, come on.
The state of things, isn't it? What a state of things. What a state of things are really, honestly. For him to not be there, and that is just sums up our club, isn't it? The club captain, doubtful at the game, and not even being there. That just sums it all up for me.
Too Bob, mate. That's what it is. Absolutely, they're all too Bob, mate. The players don't. Romero don't give a fuck, does he? Obviously, the people above him don't give a toss what's going on, because it's like, oh, okay, Christian, you go, away you go. Now, how about your teammates? How about the people that you're meant to be the captain of? Do you know what I mean?
It's not good, man. It's not good. Doesn't look like he's going to be here.
Worst captain we've ever had. Sorry, worst captain ever.
That phone call to Romero last night must have been quite uncomfortable from the Spurs. Like, hi, Christian. We said you could go. Is there any chance you could just come back? Because the fans are kicking off.
It's a shambles,
yes,
honestly.
Optics,
but that's
optics.
But it's deflected away from Enoch, isn't it? All of these little things going on.
Yeah, major thing. Deflection.
Yeah, deflection. Exactly. Daryl says fear most is mistakes every game. Yeah, there's been loads of them. Rudolph is getting a lot of shit in the chat, man. Rudolph, just be respectful, guys. I know it's very tense times. I know it is. It's very difficult. I know. Biker Yid is going for Scrape, a 2-2 captain. Fantastic first, Paulinia second, 2-2. He's going with Tottenham Trev, PSG and Bayon Streets ahead. Rudolph. They're going on having some kind of debates in the chat. Let's see if there's any other comments. Oh, Alex, I'm sorry, mate. I missed your message, mate. Oh, sorry, man. You would have come on. We're closing down now, but come on later, Alex. Come on later. We're going live. Half 6. Call-in show. Come on, give us your thoughts, mate. I'm really sorry, mate. You should have WhatsApped me, man. I would have seen it probably more quick. I'm so behind in the chat.
Save it for 6:30 box office. Then you
can save it for then. Yeah, then I want to hear from you, man. So it's song sheets replaced by spreadsheets.
You're not wrong. Not wrong, Daryl.
We've got a 0 out of 10 performance from June there. He says, I've got
I'm
no
with you, Jim.
confidence in this team. 2 home wins. Scott
Yeah.
says confidence level that will win a game -10. Confidence that will start because West Ham don't win 8. He's always been saying that.
Scott has said that from the start, hasn't he? That we won't win a game, and they won't win a game either.
Yeah, he's tried to convince me. We've gone back and forth, but I don't know, bro. I don't know.
If we lose this, I'll go down without qualms. We deserve this. Our shocking players and shocking consistency. Yeah, we do. We did go down. We deserve it, of course, man. And we got John in the chat as well. John Stokes, afternoon, guys. Chat says on X. Cheers, John, mate. How you doing? Whoever wants a parade ain't Tottenham. Any more good comments in the chat, guys? Anyone want to see? Anyone read up anything before I shut the show down? Tottenham Trev's got a channel. Big up to Tottenham Trev. Just go and subscribe to Tottenham Trev. I'll go and give you a sub, mate, after the show.
Already done, Trev. Already done. Me old China.
Oh, Corey. Big up to Corey, man. How you doing, Corey? How are you?
Big up, Corey.
Let's go through some chat. Spurs Corner live with the parade. Interesting.
Nice.
I'm going to check that out after. See what's going on.
Yeah.
Big up to those lads over there.
I'm getting a cab into the city, bro. I'm going straight to the sports bar, bro.
Enjoy, man. Enjoy. Look, I'm going to close down now so we can have a little bit of rest. I'm going to get a bit of sun, crack open a beer, get ready for that watch along. It's going to be stressful. But what I want to say is big up to the panel. Everybody's come on. Brian earlier, Matt, Guy, Cookie, Nigel, appreciate you all. Big up to the chat as well, especially the ones who've been here the whole show. Thank you so much. Please remember to smash the like, subscribe to us, all much appreciated. And we'll be back. Just over an hour hour and 40 minutes? Cookie, is that it? Yeah, we'll be in there.
On the 2 marks to watch along of not just the season, but could be 50 years featuring Nige and the Analyst. Come and join us at 3:30.
Is Sheriff there? Is Sheriff coming on?
Sheriff's over the pub. One more thing to say, because I know you're shutting the show down. Big up the Sheriff and Enoch out. Every day, all day.
Yeah, big up to everyone. We'll catch you all soon, yeah? Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Come on, you Spurs.
Of course, Spurs.
Spurs.
Ugh.